Sims Walker, knocked down.
Oh my God! Davis is going running all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game.
In trouble. He's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again.
Jackson takes it himself. Look at him dart back and forth. Oh! He broke his ankles.
I have never seen this before in my life.
Still looking. Firing. Near corner. It's caught. Denver. Unbelievable.
And welcome to the fourth down fiasco.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Fourth Down Fiasco, your go-to podcast for all things football, brought to you by BetStamp. BetStamp is the sports bookie of all sports bookies because they keep everything in one place just for you. You can check them out at signupexpert.com/fiasco. They've got BetMGM, Bet365, Caesars, FanDuel's, all the big name sports bookies, all in one place just for you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, number one, we just want to say thank you so much for tuning into this pod after the European League of Football season is over. We know that you probably have better things to do with your life than listen to us. But if you're here, we greatly appreciate you. And let's talk about some National Football League. Shall we, gentlemen?
We shall.
Woohoo. So with me, as always, I have Danny Weber, Tanner Vinsky, my co-hosts and contributors. Danny really being the biggest contributor of the three of us. But we do have some updates NFL news-wise, but we also have some updates for ELF just because we know that there's still a little bit of overflow from that past season. There's some coaching changes that we want to talk about real quick. Daniel, I'm going to leave that up to you.
The first coaching change already announced. Prague Lions head coach should have been coach of the year, or at least one of the nominees for coach of the year. How that happened, I don't know. He left Prague, heading back to where he came from, to Madrid. So, Tanner, you got a new head coach for the third time in 3 seasons.
At least he's good. At least he's a good head coach.
Yeah.
I mean, the other two were not bad either. So
No, yeah.
Yeah, Weidemeyer was also a good coach. So
You're having a coaching carousel, but at least it's not like the Browns or something like that.
yeah, at least you're constantly getting good talent in at the coaching position, you know?
Yeah. And then Madrid's old head coach, Andrew Weidinger, rumored to go to Rhine, possibly, or somewhere in the U.S.
So
We're not 100% sure.
that one's a little up in the air, and it's funny because we were told that we weren't allowed to break that news. But considering the fact that the ELF CEO still hasn't paid players and coaches, we don't care. So thank you, Daniel, for breaking that news for us. Andrew Weidinger potentially going to the Rhine Fire. If he doesn't go with Rhine, it's because he probably got some sort of either a UFL or even maybe a low-tier NFL deal, potentially. Oh.
If he went to the NFL, that'd be sick. He could honestly, he could probably walk into Miami and do better than Mike McDaniels right now, but
maybe
it's a different story.
I mean, I could see a world where you get someone like Weidinger to come in as, you know, a quarterback's coach or something like that, you know, especially with the success that he had with his quarterback.
Yeah. Or like
I'm fine with it personally.
Yeah, like an assistant OC kind of position, like offense.
Yeah, exactly. I could see it.
But other ELF news, we might have played our last ELF game for the championship game.
Yep.
The EFA is in pursuit and said that all 11 of their teams are leaving the ELF next season.
Despite the fact that the ELF is trying to say that they still hold rights over those 11 teams.
Yeah, the EFA announced a thing saying that their 11 teams are leaving. Then the ELF the next day responded saying, we still have contracts with those 11 teams. Contracts, you have to kind of follow up on your contracts, like pay people and sponsorships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you have no ground to stand on. Sorry, ELF. Maybe
pay your players, coaches. Yeah. You are contractually obligated to pay your people.
Yeah. One of my favorite things, if you notice in the championship game, one of the teams wasn't wearing a Gauzy sponsorship on their helmet. The Vikings went out and got their own helmet sponsors because they haven't been paid for the Gauzy sponsorship. So they said, we want to get paid. So they ripped off that logo and put a new one on.
Very nice.
Good for them.
Yeah. So he's like, you
Hey.
want to pay us? All right.
Vienna about that business. I got respects for them folks out there in Austria.
Robin's a dog. That's all I gotta say.
Ah, man. If it wasn't that I've already been tainted with other teams, I would love to be a Vienna fan because I feel
You
like
can.
no,
I'll call Kiki right now.
no. I'm sorry, Daniel. You and I can't cheer for the same team. It's not allowed.
Sacrilegious.
It is sacrilegious.
Yeah, there's only 3 of us, so we have to at least pick different teams.
Exactly. Like we've got to keep it spicy somehow.
I just want to say, you guys called me a bandwagon when we started covering the ELF last year, and Jordan, we didn't say anything about Jordan hopping on with the surge this year.
Just one, yeah.
Okay.
I picked Vienna because I lived in Vienna, and you're like,
Hey.
you guys are a bandwagon.
Hear me out.
Jordan's
Hear
like,
me out. My team relegated themselves, brother.
we didn't give you shit for just hopping on the surge bandwagon when we knew they were like 1A and 1B against the rest of the league.
At the end of the day, I had a team. They self-regulate or relegated, said bye-bye. They don't exist anymore. I got to cheer for somebody. And out of everyone in the ELF, that was still around, Riley Hennessy was my boy. Maybe if Zach Edwards were still in Paris, maybe I would have been a Musketeers person instead. Probably not, because fuck the French.
There was a new team in the league. You could have just hopped on there, but
look, I also thought about the Nordic Storm too. Honestly, at the time, being a Nordic Storm fan felt even more of a cop-out because they had a healthy Glenn Tunga along with Jadrian Clark. So that was kind of my thinking on that one was we want to talk about cheap, like cop-out bandwagoning. That would have been big time.
if Nordic stayed healthy, oof.
It would be good.
Yeah. Would not have wanted to see them in the playoffs at all.
They would have been in the championship game if their defense was fully healthy and a healthy Tunga. Yeah,
For sure. And probably would have won it all, honestly, just because they know how to win, those two. So, but any other? I thought that there was a third coaching something.
there is, but I forget the dude's name.
Oh, okay.
There's
So it's not a
Prague coach. There's rumors going around, but I don't remember.
Oh, okay. So not nearly as big of news as the rest. Okay.
No.
Well, excellent. Just our little brief ELF update as, things progress between the ELF, the EFA. Basically, your home for all things American football across the pond. We'll keep y'all updated on all of that because there will be some high-quality football played somewhere, somehow over the pond in Europe next year. I'm sure of it.
One source did tell me that there is definitely a 12-team league next year. Another one said maybe, and then the other one said nothing and just smirked at me when I asked.
Well, I mean, Munich would be silly not to join with the other 11 teams. The fact that they haven't already is kind of wild to me.
One of their minority owners also owns part of the ELF.
Conflict of interest. Well, then they're going to lose a shit ton more money because they're not going to be a part of the better league. So that sounds like a them problem.
They're trying to figure out paperwork, but yeah.
Gotcha. Love it. Well, cool. Gentlemen, week 2 of the NFL season, the National Football League, American football out here in America. Fuck yeah. We saw some great things. Let's talk about our teams. We're trying to switch it up a little bit this year with the fourth down fiasco. I want to talk about the 3 teams that we cheer for. And have some more nuanced conversations and hopefully can really tap into our own fan bases since we know that there's some folks who probably stop listening once the ELF season's over. So, Daniel, we'll start with you because you had the most tragic of the 3 weekends between us. What happened out there in Cincy?
It was a little bit of a roller coaster, not going to lie. Started the game off really bad. Jacksonville took the lead. Should have went up 14-0, but Trey Hendrickson, the guy we finally paid more money, did his job and caused an interception. But Joe Burrow decided to get what sounds like the softest injury in the NFL, which ends up being one of the worst injuries in the NFL, turf toe. And now he's out for 3 months. And his toe is apparently the color of basically my shirt.
I'm going to be honest, I don't even know what turf toe is.
It's basically like, so these are your toes, right? Your hands, your toes. Yeah. Basically every single ligament connecting your big toe just gets snapped.
Oh.
And it sticks
interesting.
straight. Like it starts sticking up straight. Yeah, it's disgusting looking.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah,
And
when
so
they took everything off, his toe looked like this color.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
it's bad. But it's called turf toe, which sounds like a little childish injury.
I know, yeah. I'm like,
toe.
did he rip his toenail off?
No, his whole toe got ripped off.
Damn. Jeez. Okay.
So they're saying 3 months for the injury recovery, but that's a minimum. That's if the surgery goes perfectly, recovers perfect. Mm-hmm. It's a 3-month injury. So most likely unless the Bengals are fighting for a wild card spot towards the end of the season, it's most likely Joe Burrow's not playing for the rest of the year.
Yeah. The dude doing his surgery, though, has done most of the NFL's turf toe surgeries. So he knows what he's doing. But I saw a thing with us winning our first 2 games. If we win 5 out of our next 12, then we play the Dolphins, Arizona, and Cleveland to end the season. So if we were 7-8 or something like that point, or what is that? 12, 11, 10, 9.
Yeah, you'd be 7-8 or something. So you would win 2 more games to be 9-8. Yeah.
Yeah. So if we could go 10-8, we'd be fighting for that 7th seed when Burrow comes back, if he comes back at that 3-week mark.
Well, I know fantasy owners for Chase Brown are rejoicing currently.
Yes.
Not rejoicing, maybe, but excited for the uptick in production.
Yeah.
I mean, he was going to have production anyways, but yeah, this helps. But I mean, honestly, though,
no.
Jake Browning, I mean, he played the entire second half. Yes, he had 3 picks, but he also had 3 touchdowns. So,
well, and also the NFL rumor mill is saying that y'all are trying to trade for one Jameis Winston.
Dude, if we got Jameis Winston, I could finish 2-15, and I wouldn't even care.
Dude, y'all would have
600 yards a game would be wild.
It would
Higgins
be the
and
most
Chase.
fun season.
Dude, Higgins and Chase would both be the leaders for Triple Crown by head and shoulders.
I mean, it would be hilarious because – sorry, you can go for it.
No, I was just going to say he'd have 50 touchdowns and 50 picks, but you got it.
No, I mean, it's just with how bad the defense is and how many points are going to get let up on the other end. If you're just expecting Jameis to throw it 50 times a game, 45 plus pass attempts, I mean, the numbers are going to be ridiculous. They're going to be video game numbers.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
What's wild, though, is our defense is actually looking pretty good. They're the reason we won these last 2 games. Well, Thomas Bryant Jr. Is that his name?
Other way around. Brian Thomas Jr.
Brian Thomas Jr. also helped with that. But yeah, that's besides.
Yeah, he didn't play a great game.
But our defense is looking pretty solid, actually. But better than last.
I mean, giving up 27 points to the Jags, I wouldn't say is great, but
better than last year.
There you go.
Last year would have been 40 points to the Jags. So yes, it is progress.
Yeah. Y'all made Trevor Lawrence look like a very formidable quarterback, and y'all know I am the king of Trevor Lawrence hate on this.
Lawrence still had 3 picks.
He what?
Lawrence had 3 picks.
Did he? I like that ESPN's little stat counter doesn't show that, but yeah, if you click on it, sure enough. Yeah, fucking mid-ass.
Or sorry, 2 almost had a third. The third one hit the ground by that much. But
so my big question is for you, with the Joe Burrow situation. Do you think that your team has a better shot at getting the wild card positioning with Jameis Winston or with Jake Browning?
Honestly, I kind of see it as the same.
Okay.
Because I mean, if you think about it, Jake Browning did exactly what Jameis is probably going to do: 3 touchdowns and 3 picks.
Yeah.
And we won a game, and we won the game at that. Somehow he threw 3 picks in the second half, and still won the game.
That's crazy. Good for y'all. Good for y'all.
I don't know how we did it.
Would you?
We've not won scrappy games in like years, and we've won back-to-back ones already. So that's fine by me.
Would you rather your team tank now while the season's early, or still fight for that wild card spot, knowing that there's a shot that you don't get it, and then you get a kind of first round pick?
I'd rather fight for the wild card spot because if we get a healthy Joe back, and if our defense can be somewhat competitive, I feel like we could make a run.
Okay.
And it's like, if we get a top pick, like, what are we going to do? Just take it off? Like, you could take the best available offensive lineman, but he's still going to be a project anyways.
Gotcha. I dig
Well,
that. Yeah.
Sorry, go for it, Jordan. I didn't mean to cut you off again.
I like the optimism. That's it.
So I saw a crazy stat that was Joe Burrow has now missed more games in his 6-year career than Andrew Luck has in his 6-year career. So it's getting to the point where, are you worried that Burrow might retire early? That he might say, my body's taking all this heat. I've made all this money. I'm not going to do this, or maybe leave in free agency because he feels like he's not getting enough support.
I think we still have him for at least 3 years, right?
It's either 2 or 3. You definitely have him for a couple more years, but what's it called? He has 6 years under his belt, and at least if he misses the rest of the season, that's 3 seasons he's missed with injury.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's very injury prone, but we have him through 29. So 29. We have him for quite a bit of time. But yeah, no, it is a concern. In Luck's first 6 years, he was sacked 171 times, 172 times, and Burrow's at 201.
Jeez.
Yeah. So fucking 30 more.
Bro, get him some help.
Well, the
issue is we have a decent amount of money invested into a line, but it just
that's the issue with the Bengals is they've been trying.
Yeah.
That's the saddest part about it is they keep signing O-linemen, they keep drafting O-linemen,
and they're always good on other teams, and then they come to Cincinnati and they're just ass.
So it sounds like you need to fire the O-line coach. And
we did. We're on our third O-line coach with Burrow.
Bro, fire the GM. I don't give a damn.
I don't know what it is.
Oh man, that is
the issue. I think the issue is just the scouting with the Bengals. Because
we have one scout.
What is? Yeah, that's exactly. Like, you guys spend the least amount of money. That's just the issue with the Bengals ownership is everything they have is held up in their NFL team. Like, that's all of their money. Yeah. So they are way cheaper than all the other owners because the other owners have different ventures and they can kind of like spend however they want. But the Bengals kind of have to feed mouths with what the money they're making. So they just cheapen out everywhere.
And that's why we got Paycor. Like, we got a branded stadium because they didn't have money to pay people. But I will say,
it's insane. Sorry, go for it.
No, I found this out this weekend. I think I knew it vaguely a long time ago, but Cincinnati's the only team that has an MRI machine in their stadium. We spend money on an MRI machine, baby.
Oh my God.
Interesting.
Yeah. So every stadium has an X-ray machine, but Cincinnati's the only one with an MRI machine. So Burrow, instead of going straight to an X-ray, went straight to an MRI at halftime.
Dude, I have so much to say.
It's kind of nice though, because you don't have to leave the stadium to go get an MRI. Because you can usually tell if a bone's broken, but if Khalil Mack is Khalil Mack's elbow destroyed? Or I just saw a picture of it. Is
it might be. I haven't heard anything about Khalil
arm.
Mack.
So you know how your arm bends normally this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
His did that the other way.
Ah, that's fun.
Yeah. But at that point, if his elbow's not broken, you could get an MRI. And if it's just a sprain, throw a big brace on it and he could probably go back out. Mm. But if you have to leave the stadium, you're done for the game already.
Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my God.
Here, show it.
I was looking
show it up.
I don't know how my camera's gonna it's a light of Christ. Sorry.
I can't even see that. I'll just look it up on my own.
But
look it up. It looks crazy.
Like,
But like it's not. It's. I think it's a little bit of a small convenience to have an MRI, but it's a fun fact that for whatever reason Cincinnati is the only one.
yeah, I mean, I'm all for that, but also you should invest in things to ensure that your players don't need the MRI machine that's at the stadium.
Yeah,
and it just baffles me that season after season, Joe Burrow is getting killed to the degree that he is. And I don't necessarily know if it's going to be the same way that it was with Andrew Luck, because part of the reason why Andrew Luck retired was also the concussions, which I know Burrow has had a concussion or two, but I don't think that he's had nearly as many as Andrew Luck had over the course of his career.
no, not at all. Not recently or as bad.
Yeah, turf toe really just means that he's going to lose a little bit of athleticism, and his other injuries have been similar, like lower body type deals where he's going to continue to lose athleticism, and that happens. But I don't think that you should necessarily be worried that he's going to retire off of this alone. But you've got to get that brother some help, because we'll talk about some Cowboys here in a little bit, but that is something that we have done really well over the past season and a half, is oh shit, Dak keeps getting hurt because our offensive line is garbage and guys are getting too old to be able to block. Let's go fix that. Yeah. And our O-line looks good now.
Well, and another thing that annoys me, I saw a report on it, and just you can watch the game to begin with.
Saw his elbow. Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's terrifying.
But watching the game, look at the play calling from Burrow to Browning. It is drastically different.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a report that one of the reporters released saying Burrow doesn't like that type of play calling or something like that Browning does.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the play calling that Taylor likes to call. So it's you have your superstar quarterback and your head coach, also your OC, calling plays that neither of them like to call or do.
I don't know, man.
And
that sounds successful.
Yeah, I don't get it. So Zach Taylor needs to just grow a pair and give up play calling because you're the head coach. You shouldn't be a play caller. You have an OC for a reason. That's what I think. If you have an OC and a DC, let them call plays. Why are you the head coach calling plays?
Yeah. Agreed. But any last words of hopefully optimism, Danny, about your Cincinnati Bengals?
I think we have one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league. He could probably be a starter on a couple teams in the NFL.
Fair.
So
I like that.
We're good. It's not like we have Trey Lance as a backup.
Yeah. And it's also helpful that you've started off the season 2-0. You know?
0-2 is drastically different than, or even 1-1 is drastically different than 2-0.
Yeah. So you've already chipped away 2 wins out of, you probably need 8 more on the season.
Yeah. And it helps.
Last wild card spot.
No, and it also helps though, having Baltimore and Pittsburgh both lose a game already, having Houston out of everyone being 0-2, because Houston could have been a playoff team. Kansas City being 0-2 is wild. And Denver being 1-1. We've had, it's weird to say in week 2 we've already had help, but we have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the playoff teams that I expected to be playoff teams, I mean, we never really talked about it yet since we haven't talked about the NFL. But we're already a game up or 2 on them, which is nice.
Sure. Well, you already went ahead and mentioned AFC and mentioned Tanner's team, Pittsburgh Steelers. Tanner, week 2. The hell is going on out there, bro?
This is probably the worst defense that we've had since 2018, probably.
I know, and I have them in 4 fantasy leagues, and it's really pissing me off.
Yeah, no, I mean, we have by far the highest paid defense in the league. The whole offseason was saying the defense is going to look better than it was last year. We've replaced getting the Jalen Ramsey over Minka Fitzpatrick acquisition, how much we've invested into draft picks into the defense, how much money we're spending. We even gave Cam Hayward a raise to make him happier because he was upset with his contract over the offseason. and they look like a bottom 5 defense. And I mean, that's honestly being polite. I mean, they look terrible. Teams are just running away from TJ Watt, and by them just choosing not to run at TJ Watt, no one else on the other side of the line can do anything. If you looked at Breece Hall's running numbers from week 1 and they showed like his running chart, every single run was done to the left field. He never ran once to the right towards TJ Watt. They just completely ignored him, and it worked. The other side of the line couldn't get shit done. We had teams triple teaming TJ Watt in weeks 1 and 2. Literally 3 players on TJ Watt. Not another player on that line can make a play. So a lot of people are talking about, it's like, well, TJ Watt's have these bad stats. He's not looking too great at the beginning of the season. They're throwing 3 guys on him. Teams are throwing 3 guys on him. He's still somewhat making plays, but no one else is making a single play. Cam Hayward has been non-existent so far. I mean, we lost Derek Carman in the preseason, and he's not coming back until I think after the Ireland game. So we'll see how he looks when we get him back. But with how much money we're spending defensively and how much we've invested into this defense, for them to just getting destroyed by Breece Hall and Kenneth Walker, like, it's embarrassing. It's terrible. Like, these are teams that we should have shut down on the run. Luckily, the Jets were a worse team than Seattle, so we were still able to pull off a win. But Seattle, I mean, and we did our job against Sam Darnold. We sacked him twice. He threw 2 picks, but we still couldn't fucking pull it off because on top of all of the deficit that we've had on defense, we haven't put weapons around Rodgers to make him succeed. Guess what? Trading away George Pickens, it doesn't help when you only have one receiver. It's the same situation we had last year. We had one receiver. We had George Pickens, and we decided, you know what? Let's do that again, but let's do it with DK instead. That's going to work. No, if you're going to go get DK Metcalf, why get rid of George Pickens? Like, you could have had both of them, and that's 2 targets for Aaron Rodgers. And yeah, George Pickens gives up on routes. George Pickens likes to fight other players. That doesn't mean he can't fucking be a positive receiver 2 for your roster, right? So, I mean, it's organizational incompetence is really what it is. Like, we don't know what we are. We don't know if we're a contender. We don't know if we are a rebuilder. And a team like Seattle that on paper, the Steelers look much better than Seattle, they fucking beat the shit out of us. We never had the lead that game. And our 3rd round rookie running back that getting hyped in the offseason, where they were saying, oh yeah, this guy's going to take over the starting snaps. He's going to be great. Fucking doesn't understand the kickoff rules and cost us a touchdown. So it's like, I don't know what we're doing. I mean, Omar Khan, since he's come in as GM, people have been touting, has been really great, has made awesome signings, has drafted really well. But none of those players in the last couple of years have actually panned out the way that they've seemed. And we've been losing a lot of them early on. And our defensive coordinator, Terrell Austin, like, we just need to fire him. Like, he's terrible. When you have the highest paid defense and you can't stop the run and you can't scheme up a way to stop the run, what's the fucking point? Like, there's no reason to have that guy around. And we had Brian Flores in the building. I said it like 2 years ago when we let Brian Flores go to Minnesota. I said we let go of the wrong guy. We should have got rid of Terrell Austin, and we should have kept Brian Flores and had Brian Flores be our DC. Look at the Vikings defense and how well they've done over the last 2 years. It's like, okay, like, what are we doing? It's the Steelers being cheap. Like, they're so stuck to tradition. They're so stuck to, like, having talent inside the organization and not bringing in other people. And it's just stubborn. And it's frustrating as hell because we should have been in Seattle because Aaron Rodgers had a fucking phenomenal game. Even though you look at a stat block and you see he threw 2 picks. I mean, if you look at some of the throws Rodgers was making, I mean, it was looking like prime Rodgers. Like, he was putting it pinpoint perception, like, right where it needed to be. And our receivers were just like, yeah, fuck it, we're going to drop this. Or Calvin Austin's like, I'm going to punch this ball away from Freiermuth into a defensive back. So it's like, all right, like, what else do you want Rodgers to do?
Yeah.
Rodgers was pissed.
The O-line gives him 2 seconds, by the way. Like, if he gets 2 seconds. We have Rodgers scrambling out of the pocket and making plays out of structure. 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers is having to scramble out of the pocket and make plays out of structure. And people are like, well, why isn't this working? What's happening here?
It's like, I wonder why.
Yeah. Also, 41-year-old post Achilles injury Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
He's definitely not going to hurt himself this season if we keep having him scramble out of the pocket like that.
Going to get him some turf toe for sure.
Yeah, no shit.
So what is do you think that y'all are going to make the playoffs this year?
I don't know what's going to happen.
I know it's a long season.
At the beginning, before the season started, I thought we were going to. And then after the Jets game and I saw how the way our defense played, I was like, 9 wins is a lot to ask for with this defense. Mm-hmm. So I think we're still going to fuck around and win 9 games. I don't think we're going to make it to the playoffs. Honestly, if I were GM after seeing the defense these first 2 weeks, I would try to fire DC, see how it goes. And if that doesn't work, I'd start shipping players away. And I'd just be like, all right, this isn't going to work. We got a 41-year-old quarterback. Let's trade away our assets and let's rebuild. Like, the AFC is still just as competitive as it was 3 years ago. We're still far out from it. Yeah, sure. Maybe we want Mike Tomlin to beat the Tom Landry consecutive non-losing seasons record. But like, at the end of the day, who gives a fuck about that? Like,
yeah. Fair enough. Do you think if y'all don't make playoffs that Tomlin's in any type of jeopardy of losing his job?
I mean, Tomlin's been in jeopardy of losing his job for like 5 years now. I feel like it's a constant discussion. I still don't want to fire Tomlin, which I know is becoming more and more of a hot take as the season goes on. I just think Mike Tomlin is the perfect guy to get talent out of players that aren't there, right? Like, I've seen what Mike Tomlin has been able to do. I've seen the rosters he's had. And I know Mike Tomlin comes with his flaws. You know, Mike Tomlin's never going to be an Andy Reid. He's never going to be a Bill Belichick. He's never going to be like the top end coaches, but he is a Super Bowl winning coach.
Yeah.
And I think
him as my defensive coordinator right now, personally.
Oh, absolutely. And I think any team would. The thing is if Mike Tomlin gets fired, there's probably 12 teams in the NFL who immediately hire them as his head coach.
Oh, yeah.
I can tell you that right now.
He will have phone calls off the hook for sure.
And so when you see that, like, I just don't get why you would fire Tomlin. Like, I know people are like, well, we need to change. We need to mix things up. It's like, okay, who are we replacing him with? And it's like, you're just going to remove stability that we have in a relatively chaotic team. And then we're really going to bottom out. And then we don't have somebody who we know that if we rebuild around, that they can actually lead you to the big game. And it's not like Tomlin's old. I think Tomlin's early 50s.
I was going to say, he's one of the younger coaches for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, we can still have Tomlin for another, like, 15 years if we really want him. So,
yeah.
I just don't see them fire Mike Tomlin group. Steelers fans are spoiled, so they're always going to be like, shit's falling apart. We got to get rid of Tomlin. Like, that's what we got to do. It worked when we got rid of Cower. It's like, just because you strike lightning in a bottle doesn't mean it's going to happen again, you know?
Yeah. Well, again, if y'all get rid of him, I will gladly take Tomlin as my DC.
The issue with that, I just don't think he would take a DC job. I guarantee there'd be so many teams that would take him as his head coach.
Fair.
Yeah. But no, I'm looking at the AFC North as a whole. Pittsburgh's given up the most points in the division already at 63.
Wow, y'all are giving up more points than the Bengals? That's crazy.
The Bengals have given up the least amount of points in the AFC North. By it, like an actual, like, small, considerable margin, too. So Bengals have given up 43. Baltimore and Cleveland have both given up 58. And Pittsburgh has given up 63.
Man.
Baltimore has also scored 81 points already.
Is y'all's division washed?
No.
Get in there.
All right, simmer down, Jordan. Simmer down.
So the Steelers gave up 347 points in 2024. So, I mean, 67 already within 2 weeks. Like, we're definitely breaking that, and we're probably going to break it by midseason.
Yeah. That's crazy that y'all only did.
Also, your receiving leader for the Seattle game was your running back at 86 yards.
Mm-hmm.
How many drops did Metcalf have?
Oh, like a shitload.
Yeah, I feel like every time
Metcalf got rage baited, dude. Like the DB successfully rage baited the fuck out of DK Metcalf. Like they just kept talking shit. They kept playing him, and he was just pissed off. And it's like, all right, man. Like, he's like, oh, this doesn't mean anything. In Seattle, it's like, no, you obviously have like hurt feelings about what happened.
Yeah, but Pickens and Metcalf on the same team would have been wild. Because if you got in their heads, that whole offense would have just imploded.
And also, you would have had two different people trying to punch you in the throat at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
here's the thing, though, is like,
what?
And here's the thing, though, is if you did have both of them, you never have to play against the CB 1 and 2 on that team either, though, because they're going to get ejected with them. You know, they're going to be causing fights. So.
Nice. Well, when you guys traded for Metcalf, I was actually like worried about your offense. Having Pickens, Metcalf, Warren, like who knows about Rodgers? I mean, Rodgers is Rodgers. He can be good. It's like that was a good offense. And then like 3 days later, you're like, sorry, Pickens, peace out.
We want our 3rd round pick back. Okay.
Oh yeah. But talking about like your draft picks, 5 of your 7 picks this year were all defensive side.
Mm-hmm.
And one was a backup quarterback.
Yeah, who's looking really bad.
Toe. Yeah.
Good old Will Howard.
Oh, man. I'm enjoying the George Pickens experience currently. Now it's only 2 weeks.
Anything with Green Bay or with?
Yeah, he got us a tud last game. The thing that I've enjoyed the most about him, though, is – man, that motherfucker can get some PI calls called real quickly, and I love that. Like, the stat sheet doesn't show it. You know, I think he only got like 40 yards on like 4 catches or something like that.
68 off of 5. 13.6 average. Longer 9 targets. It's wild.
But he drew 4 pass interference calls.
Yeah, I need to figure out penalties because it's bad. It's bad. It's been just so inconsistent. Like, if you're gonna throw a bunch of flags, at least throw it consistently. Did you see the Broncos Colts game?
No.
Holy inconsistency. Like, there's been bad games, but this was probably one of the worst games I've ever watched with inconsistency. Also, somehow sorry to tangent. The Colts head coach got a personal foul call from like the head official on the other side of the field. He like launched his flag across the field and called a personal foul on the coach and not the ref standing next to the coach.
Yeah, no, it's been ridiculous.
Like, there was something going on with that Colts game, especially for the money line to be 1.5. And then for that, what's the penalty called? Leverage ball.
Hey, yeah. To be fair to the refs, that was leverage.
It was leverage. But I did see a stat. It was like 87% of leverage calls has benefited the spread. And it's only been called like 40 times in like 12 years or something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And
about that money. I'm about that money.
Minus 1.5, and they won by 1.
So yeah, basically what Danny is saying is if you have some insider information from the refs, pass it along to us so we can let y'all know how to bet on signupexpert.com/fiasco, and you can place that $10 bet and make a bunch of money.
Facts. But if you lose money,
we're not responsible.
Your fault. Yeah.
Never are responsible.
I have a question for you, Jordan. How did you let washed Russell Wilson go for 450 and 3?
Okay, so I'll give y'all my quick little spiel about the Cowboys. Our Matt Eberflus needs to go, bro. I'm sorry. 2 weeks in, I've seen the experience. I don't need it no more. I get that we don't have Micah Parsons. I understand that wholeheartedly. I understand that the defense was not going to be as good coming into this season because we don't have who was probably the best regular season player on our team. I get that. But brother, this man, so they actually looked into it. We have played 2 plays over the course of our first 2 games that weren't zone coverage. which if you know anything about Trayvon Diggs, he's garbage in zone coverage, which is why Wan'Dale Robinson was cooking his ass and Malik Neighbors was cooking his ass because he's one of those guys you got to be like, follow this guy. Do not look for lanes or follow this guy. And he does that great. Does not do zone coverage well. So we've played two snaps in 2 games that wasn't zone coverage. On top of that, Eberflus refuses to blitz. We are, I believe, the second lowest team as far as blitz percentage in the entire league through the first 2 weeks. And I'm sorry, but if you don't have Micah Parsons, you can't just rush forward and expect things to happen. So, yeah, dude, Russell Wilson not only had so much time to just hang out in the pocket and do what he wanted to do and just, kind of just dick around, but also because of the zone coverage, which Russell Wilson, statistically speaking, is one of the best quarterbacks in the league against zone coverage. Dude, he was just having a field day out there. Like that, the way that the game was played is so built for a baseball player. Like, oh my God, that dude was just out there just slanging. So I know it's been 2 weeks. We got to get rid of Eberflus and get rid of him quickly because it's not going to be viable. Like, as great as our offense has been through the first 2 weeks, I can't expect our offense to just put up 40 points every game in order for us to win, No,
you guys got lucky this game.
Yeah. Yeah, we because Dak was playing with a lot of big Dak energy. He was out there slinging it.
Helps that your kicker can kick it like 800 yards as well.
Dude, also, my God, I'm so glad that worked out, but I was so mad because we had a timeout and like 12 seconds on the clock or whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, hey, like, let's run it up the guts. Try and get an extra 2-3 yards, maybe get 4 or 5 yards, right? Like, we're going to be fine. We say, nah, we're okay. We're just going to run the clock down, call that timeout, bring him out on the field for a 64-yarder. Luckily, I mean, Brandon Butter Aubrey, as we've started calling him, is just so automatic, And there was never a doubt. As soon as it left his foot, you could see, you're like, okay, that would be good from 75.
Oh, even,
yeah. I think they actually did the next gen stuff, and they said that it was good from 73. So
probably it hit the net.
Yeah, and so we're just fortunate that we have the MVP of the NFL might be a kicker this year, and I'm so thankful that he has a star on his helmet.
But talk about the Giants again. I'm just looking at this box score. Malik Neighbors had a long of 48. Wan'Dale Robinson had a long of 50. Darius Slayton had a long of 52. 3 players basically had 50-yard receptions.
Bro, our DBs were getting cooked because of this damn zone coverage, and we won't switch out of the zone coverage.
Any quarterback in the NFL, third string or not, if you give them time in a zone coverage, they will pick you apart.
They will find it.
The zone only works if you get pressure.
Yeah.
And that's what drove me insane all the years of watching the Steelers play when we kept playing Tom Brady and we kept playing zone into Tom Brady. And it's like, really, you're going to fucking play zone coverage every time you play Tom Brady?
I love when teams play zone against Cincinnati because Burrow could, even if he doesn't have time, he will find it. Like, the receivers and him are on the same page. Like, zone is just garbage.
Yeah.
Unless you're a defensive mastermind.
And really, the only reason why we didn't get cooked in overtime too was because for whatever reason, Russell Wilson's arm stopped working.
Well, and didn't they win the toss and defer?
Well, yeah, because the new rules now you're able to go after. So I get it. You hold them to a field goal, or you
just want to go score. You have momentum, like.
I can see it both ways. It just kind of depends on how you want to play it. I'm not going to fault them for that, but we got lucky that Russell Wilson's arm just stopped working in overtime, and that he threw arms backwards.
Working.
Yeah, threw a backwards pass because he was pump faking and just it slipped out. So we were fortunate for that on the first drive, and then the second drive with the interception. he literally, because we had played so poorly with zone coverage, got hit and was just like, Malik Neighbors is out there somewhere. And honestly, had he not have been hit, Malik Neighbors was wide open. And so,
Well, that was the funniest part about watching. I didn't watch much of that game. I saw probably the last little fourth quarter and overtime. Mm-hmm. And I was sitting there watching it with some of my friends, and they were hyping up Russell Wilson, like, oh shit, Russell Wilson's back. And I'm like, well, give it some time. I'm like, Russell Wilson is like the most inconsistent player of all time. Like, he's going to have amazing moon balls, and then he's going to throw a pick. And literally, like, after I finished that sentence, just straight to the DB. I'm like, yep, there it is.
I called it. Yeah, no. So defense is worrying me. Thankfully, they were on the phone with Jadeveon Clowney during the game, because at the end of the game, they asked Jared, he's like, yep, we are signing Jadeveon Clowney. And did not hesitate. So we're going to get at least a little bit more help up front. Deron Bland should be back hopefully by the Green Bay game. They're thinking he's going to be back for Chicago, but I'm like, Chicago's a shitty enough team that I'm like, I think we can win without him. Let's give him an extra week because we need everybody for that Green Bay game. Once Deron's back, hopefully things will work out a little bit better for us. Maybe we can play a little bit more man, and Eberflus is willing to change up his coaching philosophy. But our offense gives me a lot of hope because our run game is back. Javonte Williams looks good. He doesn't look, he's by no means like an MVP year Derrick Henry by any stretch of the imagination. He's not Christian McCaffrey when he's healthy, but he was still averaging 5-something yards per carry, had a nice 30-yard tutty, looked very explosive. He's hard to bring down. And once our coach is willing to finally bite the bullet and bench Miles Sanders, who has no wiggle whatsoever and looks like an old man trying to play running back, and instead play Jaden Blue, who, would have house called one of those runs in week 1 against the Eagles, I think that this offense is just going to be even more dangerous. And Pickens looks good. Again, I know he only had 68 yards, but there's some things on the stat sheet that, if you get a PI and it, especially if it's a spot of the foul type PI and it's 30 yards down the field, you might as well have had a 30-yard catch in my eyes. And okay. He's really good at getting those. CD looks like CD. He still hasn't gotten into the end zone yet, but he had a pretty good game. And once guys stopped dropping balls this week, offense looked great, which had they have caught some balls against Philly, we'd have been having a different conversation about us being up 2-0. So I feel good about the team in terms of our offense looks incredible. Dak looks like he might, take another shot at that MVP this year. It really just is the defense. Just need to get some signings. We have leftover money because we got rid of a guy named Michael Parsons. Michael Parsnips. So we have money to sign people, and it sounds like that's what we're trying to do. So, we got Jadeveon Clowney, and I was listening to a Cowboys podcast while I was walking my dogs earlier, and it sounds like we're trying to sign potentially another corner. I think that they're wanting to see if Stephon Gilmore can run or not.
Yeah, smart.
So
I'm glad that you get to experience what I experienced last year. Good offense with a shit defense.
Look, if I'm going to end my season 9-8, I'd much rather it be because my offense put up 40 points a game, Yeah. And I will say,
trust me, it's not fun the other way around.
No, it's not. It's not.
The 9-8 winning 17-13 every week is not a great experience.
Brutal. Danny, the one thing that I was going to say when you were talking about Cincy, though, and the flowers that I will give our scouts and the folks who do the drafting for us is our starting center went down, Cooper Beebe, and he's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. Brock Hoffman's taking his spot. And I'm fine. Ain't nothing going to change. The drop off from him to Hoffman, about this much. Hoffman's a dog. I've seen him play before. He's filled in for BB before. He has issues with the snap sometimes because he wasn't originally a center. He was originally a tackle that, they've kind of converted because he's just such an animal. But it's nice knowing that my quarterback's going to be protected. And we've got other backups, too, that are dogs that I'm just like, yeah.
I bet you are happy.
Very happy. My quarterback going to be safe this season.
You say that now, you better knock on some wood.
Oh, I'm sorry, Luca. Forgive me. my dog just got really upset. Come here, buddy. Well, cool. Do we want to do a lightning fast round of pick'ems real quick before we end the show?
Yeah. Awards?
Oh, yeah. We do have to do awards. Oh,
We'll get through it quick.
Yeah, we'll get through it quick. Awards. Tanner, you
picked them. You announce them.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, let's do it. So for Big Dog, this one's pretty obvious. We're going to go with Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, the Bears got absolutely just shit stomped by the Lions. And even though you look at Joe Burrow, it's like, okay, well, he had more touchdowns. Not Joe Burrow, Jesus Christ, Jared Goff. You look at Jared Goff, he had more touchdowns, had the better stat line. I mean, just when you have a receiver with a hat trick in the NFL, that just doesn't happen very often. And the Bears genuinely were just out of luck trying to cover Amon-Ra. Like, it was ridiculous. And that Bears team blows. So I'm very excited to see how many Big Dog awards happen in favor of the team playing the Bears. We'll have to keep a running count at him.
We might have to pull a Cologne type situation. Like, you can't win against Cologne or Helvetic. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, the Bears might get into Cologne conversations where you can't win it if you play the Bears, but we'll give them Amon-Ra the benefit of the doubt right now.
Yeah. Well, okay, we'll make that rule after next week because we play them next week. So I want one of my guys to get.
Well, we got to see what happens next week. If we have Dak winning it after throwing 7 touchdowns, then we're like, all right, maybe the Bears are no longer eligible as a real team,
As a real team, yeah.
All right, so who do you have for unsung then?
So for unsung, we went with Roquan Smith with the Baltimore Ravens. I think we're going to try to do the same thing here in the NFL as we did in ELF. I think we're mostly going to look at defense for unsung, unless it's like such a dominant defensive performance that it deserves to be Big Dog. And you can make an argument that's the case with Roquan Smith, but I don't really see a lot of other massive defensive performances outside of him. So I felt like giving him for the 15 combined tackles, the defensive touchdown, that felt like the right play. And Roquan Smith's also a monster. So even though I hate Baltimore, I love the way they draft. It's disgusting, but they're just so fucking good at drafting talent. And Roquan Smith was one of those late first rounders that everybody passed on. He fell way further than he did. And, oh, look at Baltimore. Picks 26, just falling into his lap,
Yeah.
Or no, Roquan was the guy they fucking traded from the Bears. So again, Bears rule,
Yeah.
Bears suck.
Bears suck. All right, and then who is our Mr. Fiasco?
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum,
So
bum.
Mr. Fiasco actually comes from a game we've already talked about, and I believe his name is James Hudson. I'll look it up real quick, but I'm pretty sure he pops up immediately with the fucking picture of him slapping the Cowboys defensive guy. Jesus Christ, I can't think anymore. So James Hudson had probably the most hilarious set of downs I've ever seen in my life. Well, did it start with unnecessary roughness or did it start with false start? I don't remember. Regardless, he got 2 false starts and he got 2 unnecessary roughness. One of them because he tried blocking a Cowboys defender and literally just smacked him across the face.
Yeah, he got 4 penalties in a whopping it was two different drives. He got 5 penalties in 2 different drives. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a comedy of errors. And then it got in what's his face's oh my god, their head coach name.
Dable.
Yeah, Brian Dable. He got in Brian Dable's face and started screaming at him because he was getting pulled from the game. And it's like my brother
had to get calmed down by Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
Which was incredible to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's honestly the reason why that game should have gotten out of hand very quickly because the Cowboys offense started off really slow. It should have been 21-3 instead of 13-3.
Yep, absolutely.
start the game. But it was because he couldn't keep his shit together. So, well, cool. All right, now that we've done our awards, lightning fast pick'ems. We don't even need to explain ourselves. Reactions are fine. Dolphins at Bills. Who do you have?
Buffalo
Buffalo.
by like
Buffalo.
700.
Bruh, Josh Allen might be him this year, and it's so annoying.
He's rocking a visor now too, so it's gonna be even it's gonna be more scary.
Hey, it's a benefit. It's the benefits of marrying Haley Steinfeld.
I was about to say, bro, his hearing his wife be like, "Yeah, I have the hottest man in the NFL." I'm just like, "Screw you, Josh Allen." All right, Falcons at Panthers. Give me the Falcons.
What website are you using?
I'm on ESPN. No, I'm on NFL.
Dude, hey, you're doing a great job because I got the fucking like sleeper pick'ems and you're going right in order. So
Sweet. All right, Falcons at Panthers. Who y'all got?
give me Falcons.
Falcons. Cool. Green Bay at Browns.
Packers.
Yeah, Green
Packers
Bay.
look good.
Screw it. I'm going the Browns.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
All right. This one might actually be up for a little bit of a debate. Texans at Jags.
I'm going to take Jacksonville. So,
I'll take
yeah.
Houston.
I'm gonna take Houston. I think they'll get a win.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to start 0-3. 2-0 Bengals with their backup quarterback at 1-1 Vikings.
With the backup quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
JJ McCarthy's out. Carson Wentz is starting. Also, Aaron Jones is out.
Ooh, that's good to know. Yeah, give me the Bengals on that one.
Who day, baby. Jake Browning got cut from Minnesota. He beat him once. He said, "That's why you don't cut me." And he's going back to Minnesota.
About to whip it out. Tanner, who you got?
I'm a hater, so give me Minnesota.
Fair enough. All right, we have the 1-1 Steelers at the 1-1 Pats. Give me the
Patriots.
Pats, bro. Give me the Pats.
Patriots.
Yeah, give me my team.
Yeah, out there at Foxborough, bro. Yeah.
How is Pittsburgh a favorite in Foxborough?
Who knows, man? Who knows?
I don't know, but listen, man. Pats look a little different this season. Only a little bit. Not
Their
really.
defense is solid.
Yes. All right. The 2-0 LA Rams at the 2-0 Philadelphia Eagles. This is going to be a great game.
This should be a real good game.
But give me the Rams. I think that the Eagles are fraudulent, personally.
Jalen Hurts a fraud.
Fraud.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts sucks.
Fraud. 101 yards. No passes over like 5 yards in the air. Fraud. Give me the Rams.
Yeah, I'm a hater, so give me the Rams.
That makes me happy. All right.
Fuck Philadelphia.
Yeah, fuck Philadelphia for sure. 0-2 Jets at the 2-0 Bucks. Man, Baker Mayfield. Gonna start off the season 3-0.
Baker's gonna bake.
Bro, give me the Bucks.
Baker's on. Yeah. Dude, Baker's a dog.
Dog.
The Bucks are going 17-0. All right.
Hell yeah, brother. Baker for MVP.
Dude, I saw a picture. It was Baker, and I was like, I love that. Like Baker's comeback story and like forgotten kid story is him literally just leaving the Browns.
Yeah, right. He was totally fine after he left the Browns. The 2-0 Colts at the 0-2 Titans. Who do y'all have? Is Daniel Jones really going to start off 3-0?
Indiana Jones, baby.
Oh,
Indiana Jones.
That name is way colder than it needs to be.
Indiana Jones.
Give me the Colts. Give me the Colts.
Yeah. Time's a flat circle, man. You know, we go through the stages. It's Danny Dimes into Danny Dollars, and he's Danny Dollars right now. So give me the Colts.
Hell yeah, brother. All right, we got the 1-1 Raiders at the 1-1 Commies.
Daniels might be out.
Might be.
He is very, very questionable, I believe.
Okay, so who do you have?
If Daniels plays, give me Commies. If Daniels does not play, give me Raiders.
So what are you saying, though? Because it's a pick'ems. You got to pick.
Yeah, it's game time decision. We can't make game time because
No. Right now, in this moment, with the information that you have.
Give me commies. Give me Bill Krosky Merritt to go for 200.
Nah, bro, give me the Raiders because I will never cheer for no commie. No commie around here.
Yeah, Gino with the bounce back. Give me Vegas.
Hell yeah. All right, we got the 1-1 Denver Broncos traveling out. Los Angeles facing the Chargers. They need to go back to San Diego.
They do.
Who y'all got?
Give me the Chargers. Justin Herbert about to have a day.
Okay.
Quentin Johnston's going to go for 2 again.
Tanner?
Give me the Chargers. Bo Nix is a bottom 5 starter. Yep, you heard it here. That guy sucks. He stinks.
I'm choosing the Broncos because
He's not bottom 5, he's bottom 10.
I still believe in Bo Nix.
Bo Nix is having a sophomore slump, and it's obvious.
He's about to break out of it, okay?
He can't throw a 5-yard out route.
At the 1-1 Seattle Seahawks.
Give me the Seahawks. Darnold's going to do what he did to Pittsburgh.
He's gonna do way better. Saints suck.
I saw a meme. It said, "Why did Spencer Rattler and Mac Jones decide to turn into Tom Brady and Peyton Manning on a random 11 o'clock game on Sunday?"
Because every given Sunday, brother.
Mac Jones and Spencer Rattler 40 to 38 game is wild.
Hell yeah. All right, we have the 1-1 Dallas Cowboys traveling out to Chi-Town, face the Bears. What y'all got? You think we're gonna lose?
I said the Bears are gonna lose.
Oh, okay. I was like, brother, what? Yeah, give me the Cowboys. Come on, I got
give me Cowboys.
Chicago's favorite,
which is stupid. They have the statistically worst defense in the NFL, which is wild because we're in existence.
It doesn't help that they played Detroit that scored like 6,700 points.
Okay, look, all I'm saying is we played Philly and we did fine. So
you played the Giants and did not fine.
Yeah, but our offense did great. All I'm saying is Dak over Caleb Williams.
Give me the boys.
Yeah, give me the boys. 2-0 Arizona Cardinals, surprising 2-0 Arizona Cardinals, looking kind of good this season at the 2-0 San Francisco 49ers, who will not have a Brock Purdy in attendance or a George Kittle.
I want to be fun and say Arizona.
I don't think it's fun. I think it's going to be Arizona.
Okay.
I'm going to go different. I'm going to say San Francisco fights through the injury woes and pulls it off.
Wow, 3-0. Fair enough. All right. And then we have the 0-2 Kansas City Chiefs at the 0-2 New York Giants.
Why do I like the Giants?
Bro, why do I like the Giants?
A 6.5 spread is rude. Seeing how Kansas City's played and them to be favored by 6.5 on the road is wild. Oh, man. Tanner, go ahead.
Dude, you think the referees are going to let the Chiefs go 0-3? Come on now. Come on now. Get out of here.
Oh, man.
You think the NFL is going to let the Kansas City Chiefs go 0-3?
Free number 4, baby. Free number 4.
Yeah, the Giants are about to get a fucking Armageddon. They're going to get bombed if they're winning that game by the fourth quarter. So, give me Kansas City.
Bro, give me the Giants. Screw it. I don't give a damn. Yeah. This is the season that I can bet against the Chiefs. I'm betting against the Chiefs.
Tanner's rolling with why bet against, like the Chiefs or the Ryan Fire. It's like, yeah. Well, sometimes it's just fun to, let's go New York.
Yeah, give me New York. Yeah, hell yeah. Russell
I'm just picking it. I'm just picking it because Kelsey decided to wear a free. I'm just picking it because Kelsey decided to wear a free number 4 shirt when the dude almost killed 4 people. But that's fine.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Disgusting.
Yeah.
Last game on the docket, we have the 1-1 Detroit Lions at the 1-1 Baltimore Ravens. I know we normally shit on Monday Night Football. It is going to be a game.
This should be a good game.
I don't know how I feel about it, but give me Detroit.
I like Detroit too. I don't know if I like their
dogs. Not saying Baltimore.
Yeah, I don't like Baltimore. I'm hate watching. Let's go Detroit, baby.
Watch it, hell yeah. Tanner?
Yeah. So I'm a hater. I'm just kidding. I'm going Baltimore here.
Fair enough.
I would love to pick Detroit, but I'll be smart. I'll take Baltimore.
Fair enough. Well, gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the show. Any last comments before I send us off?
Depending on how this weekend goes, I might be on suicide watch because of Joe Burrow, but it's fine. So send prayers.
Danny, you got to wait until after November because I'm supposed to crash on your couch in like 2 months. So
TJ will let you stay, so it's fine.
Tell TJ I said thanks.
I'll put it in my will.
Thanks.
Jordan can stay any day in November.
Sick. Cool.
Only November.
Well, cool. Thanks, everybody, for listening. This has been Danny, Tanner, and Jordan saying that you can follow us on social media at 4thdown_pod on Twitter and at 4thdown fiasco on Instagram and TikTok. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will see y'all next week, and go Cowboys.
Peace.
Fuck you, Philadelphia. Hugs and kisses.
Well, I like school, and I like football, and I'm gonna keep doing them both because they make me feel good.